So Taz, the call came at 8 years old after watching School of Rock. Now, within 4 years, this guy, he wasn't just watching it, he was living it, starring in the Broadway production of the same name. Fast forward to today, he's a Yale graduate, a touring guitarist with the John Batiste, and now stepping boldly out on his own, man. This is cool, dude. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm hyped to be here. Uh, let's have a good conversation. I'm hyped. Let's go,
Yeah,
man.
let's do it, man. Do you remember the moment you decided to pick up the guitar after watching the School of Rock?
Yeah, my dad was actually telling the story so proudly yesterday, which made me feel good. But um, yeah, he popped in a movie into like a DVD player that was on the back seat of like his driver's seat, and I was sitting behind it, like on a long drive um, to a ski trip because we weren't iPad kids back then. iPads didn't exist. Why I feel old. That's like the first time I've ever been like, oh, like said technology doesn't exist. That's crazy. Anyway, but yeah, he put that in so that I wouldn't be like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? He put in the movie and I watched it and I proceeded to watch it probably like 10 times on that trip because I was so infatuated with it. He actually rented it from a what's the movie place called? They used to
Blockbuster?
Yeah, he rented it from Blockbuster, and I wouldn't let him take it back, so he had to buy it. And he was like, "Do you want to play guitar?" I was like, "Yeah," because I didn't think that I always loved guitar-based music, but I didn't think the kids like were allowed to play or could. So then he got me a guitar teacher and a guitar, and I've just been capturing God's blessings from then on, and I've been super fortunate to experience many of the things that I've been able to experience. And now we're here today, and the road led to you, George. So,
Yeah, man. And
uh,
we're here at this moment here. And by the way, like I always get those moments where I feel like, yo, I'm old, man. I sometimes stumble past these TikTok videos where it's like nostalgic things of the early 2000s and 90s, and that it shows like candies and how things used to be. And
yeah,
I don't know why they play that stupid music, man. It makes me almost cry every time, but um it's nice that you made your dad buy the actual DVD. What was that, like 40 bucks?
probably. I mean, my parents, local, I mean, they were great to me. They would do anything I wanted, so long as I stayed in the house and like didn't do drugs.
Yeah,
So,
man.
yeah, they spoiled me in that regard, I will say.
Well, I mean, like it's all panning out fantastic, man. And you know what? People who have the drive and will to make things happen. Been in front of massive audiences since you were a kid. Like, how has your mindset like been like since you've been performing constantly? Has it evolved on stage and
It
as a musician?
has, yeah. It has evolved. That's a great question. Um, Maybe I was doing it like because it felt good as a young kid, but I've really recently, as of like within the past year, came to the realization as I've picked music as my career forever. While like I went to Yale University, and a lot of the people in my economics cohort, because that's what I majored in, are like going the finance route or going to New York and starting their grind. I realized that I'm so fortunate to be able to play music on stage every night and make it my job, or go in the studio like I did yesterday. And at most, I feel most myself when I'm on stage. So I've realized that like my mindset has evolved on stage because now I'm really playing for myself more so than ever. And I always was, but I wasn't aware of it. And now that I'm super, super aware of it, I'm aware of the euphoria that I get when I play and I can channel whatever emotions I'm feeling like that day through my guitar and through my songwriting and through my performance and through my singing. It's just I've been able to really hone in on it more and just focus and not care how many people are out in the audience and really just live my purpose.
Your song "Running After You Again" feels like emotionally raw. Is it drawn from a personal experience or more of a universal theme about love and like longing and stuff like that?
Yeah. This album took many, many, many years to make. This is an album that I'm eventually gonna release, and these are the first singles from it. And I'm kind of grateful for it because I got to go to college and experience, young romance and have trials and tribulations and watch my friends, succeed and fail. And I think young romance is like a really, really unique thing because a lot of the times when we're not distracted by, having to pay taxes, it's like the most important thing in our lives. Like we're just so focused on it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like the hormones being at an all-time high or something, but like there's just something beautiful and innocent about young love. So I wanted to channel that through a song about, hopeless romanticism. And that's what I did.
Dude, that's awesome. I mean, you're currently touring with John Batiste. Like, what's one thing you've learned from him, either musically or personally?
Yeah. The message is the most important thing in terms of playing live, but also, how you operate in your daily life, in your micro interactions with people. And I think it's helped me on stage to, even if we're playing the same songs every night, uh, it helps us to not get bored because we're so focused on delivering, love and channeling God's love through our instruments to the people. And if you forget that, you can, get bored. But if you really, really, really try to hone in on that message and remember it, uh, you you feel this like deep desire inside you to give the audience the show that they deserve and do the music justice. That's a huge thing I learned from him. But also, yeah, his work ethic is second to none. I've definitely taken inspiration from that, and I will for the rest of my life.
Man, you got an amazing mentor, my friend. And you shared the stage with legends like Stevie Nicks and Slash, my boy Gary Clark Jr., Lady Gaga. And those moments might feel surreal to you when you look back on it, but at the same time, we talk about, doing it, playing your music and feeling it and stuff like that, and being able to deliver it in the right way. At some points, I'm sure a lot of these big stage acts like Taylor Swift, Lady Gaga, they love performing, but they're exhausted. How do you deal with exhaustion on the road, and how do you make sure that you're in tip-top shape for those performances?
Yeah, it's a great question. Um, I try to limit the factors that make me exhausted through like, drinking less, partying less, so that I can really protect my body because my body's being used quite a lot on the Shabbatis tour through like, running and knee sliding and jumping and like choreography. So it's not just like a stand there and play guitar show, like it's a real like production. Another thing is like preparation before the show, like stretching, eating right, working out. All these little things really help as the effects of the tour compound. From show to show, we'll do like a 4-day road trip with 4 shows in a row, and by the end of that fourth show, if you haven't been taking care of your body right, it's going to be hell. And luckily, I've been pretty successful. This is my first real tour, like real bus tour, and it's been amazing because my peers and my friends on tour have really helped me to optimize my body, and tell me what's right and what's wrong, what I should be doing and what I shouldn't be doing in order to. It's kind of like having a study guide. Like it's like having vets on a basketball team. Like that's how it feels. Like I'm a rookie, and they're like, "Hey, like make sure you do this, or make sure you shower after the show. Make sure you do this, da 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 da." Because you'd be surprised, like how far all these things go, and not only preserving your body but also your mental state.
Yeah, I mean, like you've got to get in the mindset, right? I mean, I think the whole thing is about mindset and um, knowing that it's not just like let's just go off tangents here and like perform and then go wild after the shows and be unreliable. Yeah, this will happen without me preparing. There's a lot of work that goes into becoming a person in your position. There's a lot of practice. There's a lot of self-care, mental well-being exercises. I mean, Is there a before show ritual or routine that helps you get in the right headspace before you go on stage and just in general?
Yeah, both with my band and John, I'll stretch before, for about like 10 minutes just to get the blood flowing, to get the muscles loose. Because I sprained my ankle playing basketball like two or a year ago, and that's never happening again. So, because it put me out of commission for a little bit, and I couldn't perform like I wanted to. So I realized that, especially now, because I'm doing all these high flying stunts on his tour, um, I need to protect myself.
And I know
But all,
a lot of guitar players. I mean, just being from my experience and knowing some of my friends and stuff, there's a lot of possible things that could happen if you don't stretch and take care of your body, or warm up properly. There's a lot of cramping that could happen in your hand, and it's like just
yeah,
it happens, right? So, I
it
mean,
does. Yeah, you
it's
got to drink water too. Another thing is we like to pray before the show, just to again like get the mind right, because that's the most important part. Um, it's with all the BS involved in touring, the not fun stuff, which is like the parts of your daily routine that get interrupted because like X thing doesn't exist in X city, or like the venue doesn't have this, so then like you get pissed about it. Like none of that really matters at the end of the day. Like we have a job to do. So doing like a group prayer really helps us to um, center ourselves and realize what's important.
yeah, man. It's got to be like focus, 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 and then maybe you can let off a bit after the show, but on to the next thing, right? The inspiration strikes for everybody, but what's your process? Do you start with a riff, a lyric, um, a feeling? How does it work?
I start with one of those things, and it gets in my head, and I immediately have to voice memo it. I immediately have to record it, or else it's going to leave my brain, unfortunately. So I get it down. I get the idea down, and then I say, okay, is this idea good enough to where I'm going to put everything aside to record a demo to this, or am I just going to like leave it in the voice memo files forever to rot? And actually, 2 days ago, we were on tour, and I had a really good idea for a song. So then I started calling studios in the city that we were going to be in the net for the next day to like get the band in and like record it down because I thought it was so good. We actually did it yesterday, and yeah, I just like we rolled in that day, like short notice, recorded it, and it's like for me, in order to be as creative as I can, being a person who's I'd say like formerly a pessimist, I really have to get that idea out with no barriers to my creativity, or else it's just going to get lost. And I think that's something that people don't really talk about enough. It's like if you have any barriers to create your creativity, it's so hard to like stay locked in. And it's something that I've struggled with in the past, but I've just realized that um, I just need anytime I have an idea that I think is remotely good, I need to get it out. Like there's something deep inside of me that needs to get it, and that's how I feel happy at the end of the day, knowing that at least I tried it.
You know what? I can really resonate. That resonates with me. It resonates to a lot of people, content creators and people who want to make something more of their life. The barriers sometimes, like people are like, how come we didn't do this? It's like, well, what do you think like I've been doing all day? Or
Yeah,
this things just happen. You got to have that mindset to make that time. Like a lot of people, musicians are up late at night trying to create and do different things and make their ideas happen. I mean, obviously, you've been praised by John Mayer as the first young guitar player that is not a gimmick, which is amazing. I don't know if you ever seen Dave Chappelle before, but his appearance on Dave Chappelle, John Mayer made people jump through tables themselves with his guitar
yeah,
playing. So I think that could happen with me. I need to find a thin table. I don't want to go through like a thick oak table because it's not like how it is in wrestling, man. Those are prefabricated tables, man, and I would rather not be hurt. Just like you were saying,
yeah,
you want to sprain your ankle and then be ripping around the next couple years and then be in regret of that decision. So staying grounded, being authentic is the big thing I think in the industry, in every industry, and the pressures artists have to fit into a mold, it must be overwhelming too, right?
Yeah. Um, I felt a lot of pressure because, this is like the start of my career as a studio artist, like a person that puts out recorded music under their name. And it's daunting because, like, I felt like to create good art, I had to be vulnerable. And that's something I've never really done in music. I'm playing other people's songs or like whatever. So it's like their vulnerability. And maybe I'm putting my vulnerability through their vulnerability, through like thinking of something that relates in my life while I'm singing this song. But at the end of the day, it's always under this mask of like this other person wrote this song, like whatever. But now I'm going in and it's my vulnerability and everyone knows it. So there's always something daunting about that. And like I've had to get over it. But also my producer and nephew really helped me get over that. And by challenging me in the studio, he never let me get comfortable. And I would say secondly, um, what I would say is was hard is like I started out playing blues or rock or blues rock or whatever anyone wants to call it, and switching to pop, which is what I've always really wanted to do. I've loved blues, and there's blues in my music now, 100%. Maybe not in the two singles that are out, but I promise you it's on my album. Um, people have things to say, and unfortunately they don't know me like I do. So like this makes so much sense to me, but I have to realize that things that make so much sense to me don't always make so much sense to other people if I'm not transparent about it. So I have to like let them react. And while I'm like, this is such an obvious transition for me, it's obviously like they don't know me well. So like
And
it's just so many, there's so many uh things to be worried about when pursuing like yourself and placing yourself over others, like in the artistic community specifically, because everyone has access to the art, so they feel as if like their opinion is the right opinion and whatever, because there's no like body being like, oh, this is wrong, this is right, like this is the wrong way or the right way to feel about this thing. And you just kind of have to realize that every person's opinion is valid, but if again, this is another reason why I make art for myself first, so
right.
that I can be confident in it. And if someone likes it, that's great. If not, that's great. But I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna play every night for myself so that I can be happy and love my life
Yeah,
personally.
man. You got to look
Yeah.
at it that way, man. I feel like the hardest part is over. You graduated from Yale already, right? That's a big accomplishment in itself, right? So, moving
Yeah.
forward, just believe in yourself, man. It's the beginning, it's scary. Everybody's scared, man, like about the next part of their life because they don't know how it's going to pan out. But if you're optimistic and not pessimistic, like you said, I think that you can really do this, man. And you are, right? So,
Hey, thank you, man. I mean, it's just like I at this point in my life, if I'm being completely honest, it's like I I can see the arenas, I can see MetLife Stadium up here. Like I say it pretty much every day. And I can see where I'm standing here right now at the bottom of the mountain. And I can't see the path, but I can see the light at the top and I can see the light here. So it's like I'm gonna get there. I just need to find my way. And I might make mistakes, but that's the ultimate goal is that, in 10 years, people are gonna look back at this interview and they're gonna be like, wow, like he knew what he was talking about.
yeah, man. And you know what? You got awesome mentors. Just stick by them, ask them their opinions and help them like understand who you are and they'll help guide you, right? So this is, if they have, God's willing way and their prayers, you're in their prayers and you look out for them, things will work out, man. And I've heard that like you like pumpkin spice, apparently, the coffee.
Yeah.
Is this true?
Yeah. I was not a coffee drinker at all. For the first, I guess, 21 years of my life. And then I met my girlfriend who was beautiful and amazing, but she loves coffee. So naturally, I started taking her to coffee shops and like buying her coffee. And she wanted me to try it, her sweet, like pumpkin spice cream, this, that. And I loved it. So now I'm like a daily, like Dunkin' visitor.
So that's your
And
go-to order on the road then? The pumpkin
In
spice?
at this time of the year, yeah, pumpkin spice latte, like a signature iced pumpkin spice latte. But like usually, um, it would be like a medium iced caramel swirl regular from Dunkin'.
Oh man, that's
And
pretty unique
you
too.
know, it reads like a play that a quarterback would say on like a field.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know, that's just the new technology, the coffee technology.
Are
That's
you a
what they're doing.
football fan at all?
Yeah.
Who's
But
your
more of a fan of the game than like a team. I
uh,
have my fantasy team and like I love watching all the games. I don't really have a team that I like, stick by. If I have to pick one, it's the Cardinals.
oh,
But but
I'm
like
I'm an Eagles fan, but my fantasy team just completely went through the drain, man. Some people got injured, and it's like, you know what? I'm just done with this right now. I'll try
yeah,
again next year.
I'm looking forward to basketball too. I'm a huge Knicks fan. My fantasy draft is tonight, so wish me luck, man. I'm
Oh,
gonna
I
go.
will, man. I will. It's going to be an interesting season. I just don't understand like how some of these basketball players can sign just astronomically huge deals and get away with not playing any of it, like any of their term at all. So that's just kind of what always in the back of my head, right? Like how can, people like Joel Embiid sign deals and barely play, So there's
Give me
got,
some of that bread, man.
yeah,
Oh, you don't want to play or put me in the game. I'll go in
yeah,
there, you know.
yeah, man.
Sports 0 points, but I'll yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's amazing, man. Taz, this has been awesome, dude. Like, I wish you all the best. God bless you on your journey. And in that, there's tons and tons of great surprises down the road for you, man.
Hey, thanks for letting me rant. It's been a pleasure. And yeah, let's share coffee virtually, you know. And I'll see you in Toronto. See you in
Yeah,
Toronto.
man.